What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. I'm about to play Zelda Tears of Kingdom, but before I do, I wanted to make a YouTube video for you guys about the best statues from every statue company. Whether I own that statue or not, here is what I think is the best statue from every single statue company out there. So first we got to start with good old Sideshow collectibles. And we're going to do both life size and just normal statues. And normal statues can include busts or, anything from a 1/10 up to a half scale. So for Sideshow, I believe the two best statues are currently in this angle right here. I believe their endoskeleton is their best life size they've ever made. That one in particular right there. I do like version 1 as well. However, that one is... I've seen the details. I think this one looks better. So I believe this is their best life-size statue they've ever made over all their Star Wars, Iron Mans, every other life-size they've done. The endoskeleton, for me personally, is absolutely the coolest. Bar none. It's a great piece. And their overall best statue, for me, is Wolf Predator. This is old school Sideshow Grail that's aged great. Conceptually, absolute masterpiece. Dynamic 1/3 scale, jumping over a sliced in half alien. Absolute grail. That was one of the original grails I saw that just freaking blew me away. And I was so happy to buy that. I bought it for $2,500, which is a great price, by the way. But I did have to drive to Denver, Colorado to get it. So for me, Sideshow was the OG company when I first started collecting. The second would have to be PCS. So I own the best PCS statue. You guys know what it is, but I'll quickly walk over and show those who don't know. PCS is easy. I don't think it comes even close. But it's Goro. Goro is easily their best accomplishment to date. It's 36-inch tall, giant four-armed, amazingly cool looking creature from Mortal Kombat with an awesome base, great concept, amazing detail, and definitely by far their best statue. They've never done like a life size, so there's nothing to count there. But for statues, busts, everything, Goro is easily my favorite. Without a doubt. DBZ, that's kind of unique. I mean, the only one we could say is Sume, because I'm not going to do customs. Sume is Broly, without a doubt, Broly. That's their best collectible they've ever made to date. If you want to count Damn Toys, even though they're not a big statue company, Gul'dan's the best collectible they've ever created. Chronicle Collectibles, they went out of business. They scammed a bunch of people, but that Raptor bus is the best thing they've done. Additionally, I also think the 1/5 T-Rex, like the big maquette, would be their second best. Or, because that one is basically the same paint app as this, but it's massive in 1/5. It does have glass eyes, though. The paint app is what brings it down, where this paint app, I think, is fantastic. So I would still put this ahead of that 1/5, T-Rex maquette, but I do like that quite a bit. So Prime 1 Studios, as of released, that I have owned and seen, I would still put it as Jetwing. I think Godzilla vs. Kong will top it, but I do believe Jetwing Optimus Prime is the best collectible that Prime 1 Studios has ever put out. As of to date, I think it will become Godzilla vs. Kong, but right now, this piece is the best I've seen from Prime 1 Studios. That I own, that anyone else owns, that is it. Queen Studios, Thanos. That is their best collectible they've done, without a doubt. That is better than all the other busts, 1/3, 1/4 they've ever done, half scales. And as far as life-size statues, in my opinion, their Mark 50 is their best life-size statue they've done tonight. That's released. I think Alita Bust has potential to be number 1. But of all the Iron Mans, I like that Mark 50 the best. I think it's the best looking one. I do love the Mark 7, but I think they failed on the paint app. I like the 50's paint app the best, plus the rear like repulsors and whatnot. But I would put this Thanos as number 1. Infinity Studios. I would have to put it as Mera. That is their best collectible they've released to date. Mera bust is, you know, one of the best looking busts. Mera and really Wonder Woman. Those two, I view them as, you know, equals. But Mera and Wonder Woman, they're the two best busts that Infinity Studios have released. They haven't released a ton of good statues. They're really just busts. But, you know, I'd put it as Mera, Wonder Woman. Those are the two best collectibles that Infinity Studios has released. But I do think, you know, they're making better and better stuff. However, I mean, it's still like shipping, but I would put Sauron above these two. I think Sauron is better. You know, I would put him as probably their overall best collectible. You know, that's still like in pre-order shipping. So it's kind of hard to put something when it's only like a few Chinese people have it, for example. You know, it's not widely released, you know. So, but I would say in general, Sauron is the best thing that Infinity Studios has done. That thing is crazy. Let's think, what other companies? Elite Creature Collectibles. I own a lot of ECC, and they are so good. So good in so many ways. You know, concepts, detail, paint app, they're all phenomenal. However, I would probably say Jason 1/3 is their best. You know, because I've bought and seen all their best collectibles. I would put Jason as the best. This thing is ridiculously big, ridiculously cool, awesome light up, removable mask, and the masks look great. You have a real, you know, machete with blood, baby, like child Jason drowning in the water. This thing is a true masterpiece. So I would peg this as their best collectible they've done to date. You know, as far as XM Studios, now this is always debatable. You know, because what I like and versus what you like is definitely very, you know, arguable. You know, because most people will say XM Hulkbuster, you know, which I've seen it in person. You know, XM Hulkbuster, you can see Gem Mint with it. I've seen it in person. I've seen so many people, you know, claim it's their favorite statue. I do think it's extremely well done for what it is, a comic-based Hulkbuster with an Iron Man coming out. You know, so I would say in general, this is their best statue they've ever made. However, I'm not into comic-based statues as much. So for me personally, I wouldn't peg this as their greatest. I would actually put it as that XM Alien. I've seen both, and I like that XM Alien more. That thing is ridiculously cool. A giant 1/3 alien lunging off another alien, 3 feet deep, 31 inches tall. You know, so I personally like that alien the best. I also think the detail is better than Hulkbuster. You know, the detail on the alien's ridiculous. Hulkbuster is really good, though. I do admit it's a very good statue, but I do like the alien better. Then we have Pure Arts. So Pure Arts, they're kind of newer. They haven't done like a ton. I've only seen a few of their stuff in person, but I think of everything they've done, I would probably put their Michael Jackson, the Smooth Criminal, the one on the left, as their best collectible tonight for Pure Arts. They have a lot of stuff in the works, but released, I like this one the best of everything they've ever released. For Gaming Heads, I would put it as their Clicker statue. Generally, Gaming Head statues are very low quality, cheap paint up and whatnot. But of all the statues I've seen, you know, both in person, seen videos of, I believe the Clicker is the most well-done statue they've ever done. First Four Figures, they're another cheap statue studio that it's more or less kind of for kids nowadays. Like, they're not a serious statue company anymore. But their original Lincoln Epona, for me personally, is still their best collectible they've made to date. I really feel like I don't know. I'm just not impressed with them. I actually unfollowed them. Like, they don't offer anything that interests me, and it's always like kiddish stuff. You know, they've completely dropped the ball on the Zelda license, keep making characters that nobody gives a crap on, and they still haven't made a 1/4 Link. And the thing is, now that all these customs are coming out, if they ever do come out with a 1/4 Link, there's going to be so much competition that it's not going to sell like hotcakes like they're going to hope. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of first 4 figures. Now, when it comes to the best custom studios and their collectibles, I'm only going to mention 3. Blue Box Pennywise is the best collectible they've made so far, which you guys know is right there. They're definitely one of the best out there for customs, in my opinion. There's a lot of custom comic statues, but I've never been a fan of any of them. Only a few are decent, but most of them I feel like are not good. The other one would be Juke Bong Arts. I believe his clicker is easily his best piece he's ever made. You guys saw the video the other day, but that clicker is his best work today. And they believe that's the best custom bust I've ever seen. And then KD Collectibles, you know, their Goku bust is their best collectible they've made to date. Both, you know, released and in pre-order. I know a lot of people have been asking about the Gogeta. I don't care for those busts personally. I don't care for those characters. Like, yeah, they're decent, but I wouldn't buy a statue of them nor a life-size bust for $1,200. No, thank you. I'd much rather save that for someone else, not a fusion character. So I don't understand why so many people are buying it. Like, I have zero interest in spending $1,200 on a Vegito bust. You know, I'd much rather just have, like, if I wanted to go all in busts, I would just do Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, Piccolo, Frieza, Cell, and Buu. You know, I would not do a fusion character. I feel like it's a waste of space. You know, so, but yeah, Katie's best is Goku, and very close second is Vegeta. Vegeta is just so small that puts him below Goku, in my opinion. It's a very small bust. You know, even if he's a small character, the bust just feels tiny. Anyways, folks, I believe I covered all the main statue companies. I might have forgot. I mean, Darkside Collectibles, I think even a statue company. God, they never release anything. It's just pre-orders. So it's like, I've never seen anything in person. They've only released like 2 statues. They don't feel like a serious player. So definitely not, can't even mention anything. But I guess the Arnold 1/3, which I canceled because Prime One announced theirs. I feel like they're never even going to release that, though. It took them like 4 years to release the motorcycle, and I still haven't seen it in hands, but a lot of people have canceled that, and it's overpriced beyond belief. But that is what I believe to be the best ones. If you also want to say, I guess, Trick or Treat Studios, I mean, I like their Ultimate Chucky, but I feel like the face is really off. I would probably say that Annabelle. If you're going to say NECA, it's not even close, but Chucky, if you want to count those 2 companies. But yeah, that's what I would say is the best statue from each company. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.